It's getting darker and darker. So I'm going to have to do something about these windows. So welcome back, or welcome to day 11 of strength. We're going to start in standing, really work into our side body, a little bit of balance, and then some dancing dog, side body again. Actually, change of plan, starting child's pose actually, now when I think about it. Come into child's pose. So you're resting on the ground and you're folded up in the way that your knees feel is comfortable or well for you. Come. So coming into child's pose, your knees are bent and you're resting down, resting in. Just allow that deep folding to happen. I always know when I haven't done child's pose in a while, there's a very particular sensation into my hips, into my lower back. So earlier when I was doing my child's pose, I was like, oh yes, we haven't done this in a while. You just feel what tells you that you haven't rested here for a while. Maybe you have, maybe you do it every day, but just check in. What's the sensation of this? For me, I notice in the deep groin, the inner thigh, something has to learn how to soften again. Using your breath. Stretch your arms out long wherever you are and walk them a little bit further so you're up on your fingertips. And then you just have this sense of, like, I'm almost imagining that I'm going to round my back a little bit more. And so my tailbone is moving down, my back is rounding, and I'm just stretching into the back of my body as I do this. Nice. Walk both hands over towards the right. I'm going to bend the right hand a little bit more and bring it to rest beside my right knee, and then lengthen into the left arm. And again, I'm going to stay active and alive into my fingertips here on the left. I'm going to lean in this juicy, connected way into the left side of my body. How do you connect? How do you feel? How do you listen? What's the sensation of this moment in the left side of your body? Can you breathe into it? Nice. Change. Come back to center. Pause there for a moment. Again, up on your fingertips. Create a sense of push into your fingertips and notice what happens in your spine. Cool. Walk over towards the left. I'm going to bend the left elbow and come up onto the fingertips of the right hand. And then it's like I'm a violin and I've just tuned in one of the strings of my violin and I'm just checking it for sound. Like, what does this sound like in my body? This right arm, right rib cage, right armpit. How do I make it sing? Just come back to center. Both hands on the floor, and then it coordinates. So coordination is where you squeeze the right side and then you squeeze the left side. My head is traveling from side to side, but the focus is on the squeeze of the rib. So I do that by drawing my right shoulder to my right hip and then my left shoulder to my left hip. And then I'm leaning into the lengthening side as it warms up. And to lean into the side, I'm actually traveling more towards that direction. Maybe even look back over your shoulder to increase the sense of lengthening that can happen. Looking back towards your foot. Nice. Come into a normal cat, rounding your back, arching your back. Rounding your back, arching your back. Rounding your back, arching. Rounding your back, arching. Nice. Push back into your downward dog, all the way back, and just pause there, really connecting into the length of you. And can you feel weight traveling into your feet when you push into your hands? Can you feel weight traveling into your hands when you push into your feet? Bending one knee, bending the other. So when I bend one knee, bend the other, in the beginning, I'm staying really square. So if I turn towards the camera, as I bend, I'm not side bending at all. I'm just lengthening into my legs in the beginning. Nice. And then bend your right knee and let your bum travel a little bit towards the right. And then bend your left knee and let your bum travel a little bit towards the left. And when you do that, you ignite, you enliven, you awaken the deep side of your body, of the side that your knee is bending on, your bum is traveling towards. And how far can you go and stay balanced? You're keeping your feet on the floor. Nice. Drop your knees down. Come into your child's pose, all the way down. Pause. Where do you feel that movement? In me, there's different parts that are really singing a strong, steady song of strength, of ability, of connection. My ribs, my waist, my shoulders, my hands. So if you're not kneeling, the person who fell on their knees, you can do this sequence sitting on a chair and you'll still get the side body effect without the kneeling bit, okay? So rising up onto your knees and then step your right foot out to the side, okay? Interlock your fingers, reach up towards the ceiling. And then bend your elbows and bring your hands to the back of your head and lean towards the left to begin with. And then lean towards the right. So I'm squeezing my bum and I'm drawing my hips forward as I do this, as I travel to the left and then travel to the right. So this is a strengthening side bend. Left and then right. One more time. Left and then right. Drop your right hand down, reach your left arms up towards the ceiling, and then reach from your knee into your fingertips, and then try and touch the foot with the right hand. Squeeze your bum, push that left hip forward, breathe into your belly. Nice. Coming back to center, bring both hands to the floor. And then from here, sweep towards the right hand with your right foot. Oh, different hand position. Bring your left hand over towards the left side. So my left hand, left knee, and right foot are all in one line on the mat. I'm going to reach the right arm overhead, and I can even turn and look towards the ceiling there. And I've come up onto my toes to create length through the right side. And then I sweep my right hand towards my right foot. I've dropped my head down towards the floor. Sweeping long, maybe look towards the ceiling, and then down towards the right foot. Long, and then right foot. So find your flow. Find that sense of length and connection in your body. Nice. Next time you go to the left, pause there. Be long into the right side of your body. You can lift your foot off the floor and just get super, super long, like your right fingers and right toes are trying to move away from each other. Left hand is strong and steady. Get longer into that right side. Nice. Come all the way down, both knees to the floor. Other side. So bring your left foot out to the side. Interlock your fingers, reach up towards the ceiling, bend your elbows. And then come down towards the right. And then down towards the left. It's so interesting. Stabilizing, strengthening, range of motion. It feels very different than flexibility. Feel how this is much slower. You're really at the edge of your motion because you're not using any external crutches of hands and arms to support you. So it's really pure torso. Nice. Reach your left hand down towards your left knee, right arm straight up towards the ceiling, and then keep reaching down with your left hand and pause. Squeeze your bum, push your hip forward. Feel like your body is expanding in every direction. Nice. Come down to bring your right hand to the floor. So right hand, right knee, left foot are on the mat and they're in one long line with each other. Reach the left arm long. Perhaps you roll and look towards the ceiling. And then down towards your left foot. Long through the left side. And then reach towards the left foot. And when I'm reaching long through the left side, I kind of feel the sense of my toe is pointing on the left. And then my foot flattens as I reach towards it. Just feeling. Next time you come to the left side, lengthening over towards the right. Float your left hand. No. Float your left foot off the floor. So I'm going to be really careful with my neck. I'm not just letting my neck fall down. Oh, it doesn't feel nice at all. Let your head rise a little bit towards the left arm. And then super long through the left arm, left leg. Get longer. How would you reach more? When I think of reaching more, my belly and my inner thigh lengthen. Nice. Come all the way down. Come rest into your child's pose. All the way down. And just feel, how is that now in your child's pose? What's changing, softening. So we're going to do dancing dog first as a dancing cat. So dancing cat is where you're in the cat pose and then you're moving your knees from side to side in a particular way. And then dog is where you're in the downward dog and then you're moving your knees in a particular way. So I think I'm going to turn sideways. You'll see me better like this. So both hands on the floor, both knees on the floor. So your hands are going to stay where they are and then walk your right knee over towards the right and then your left knee over towards the right and then drop your bum down on the left side. So I've dropped my bum down on the left. So I'm sitting sideways and my right hand is lifted off the floor. So my left hand is on the floor, my left hip and the whole of my left leg is on the floor and I'm here. To come back up, I almost feel like I throw myself a little bit forward. So I throw myself forward and then I bring my knees back to center. Bring your knees over towards the left side and then drop your right hip down and sit sideways. So my right thigh is on the floor, my right hand. Nice. Throw yourself forward. Knees to the middle. Do that again. Both knees to the right. Drop your left bum down. So your head is very heavy. So if you drop your head in the direction that you want your torso to go in, it really helps. So drop your head down and that'll help. Your bum and your head are very connected in how you balance your body. Last one, walk your knees over towards the left. Drop your right bum down, pause. Come back up to center. So if that felt strong enough, stay there. There could be loads of different reasons why that's strong. Could be your shoulders, could be your knees, could be your hips. Or come up into a downward dog. So to create the same kind of movement, you're going to turn your toes like windscreen wipers towards the right-hand side. Both feet are turned towards the right. Begin to bend your knees, and when I do so, they're pointing towards the right. I'm going to bend, 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 and my left hip is getting heavier. And then I'm going to drop my left hip to the floor, and that's going to lift my right hand up because there's no way I can keep my right hand on the floor. Come back up. Lifting your hips, come back up into downward dog. Turn your toes towards the left-hand side. Bend, bend, bend your knees. Drop the right hip down. Pause. Rising up. So decide what you want to do. You could do just downward dog where you're leaning your bum from side to side, or you can come into the full dancing dog. Decide what you need. Find a steady, strengthening flow that suits your body in this moment. So the further away from your hand you go, the easier it is on your shoulder. So the further my bum is down the mat, the better it is on my shoulder. Whereas the closer to my hands that I put my hip, the harder it is on my shoulder. Nice. Super. So come back up into your downward dog. Pause. Bring both knees to the floor. Walk your knees over towards the right side. Sit your bum down. So now both feet are together, both knees are together, and I'm sideways with my torso, okay? And then bring your feet a little bit closer to your bum and take your right hand and tuck it between your two ankles and hold on to your left ankle. And then hop your left hand a bit closer. And then maybe, see how it might be to pull on the right hand and sit up so that there's no left hand on the floor. Maybe you have to hold on to your right knee to do that. Maybe not. If you're holding on to your right knee, then stay there. Otherwise, reach your left hand up towards the ceiling, look down towards your feet, and side bend towards the right. Breathing. Getting longer, so I feel like I'm growing upwards into my fingertips. I feel like I'm leaning more into the front of the left belly. I'm bringing more weight into the left thigh. Nice, bend your elbow. Bring your hands to the floor. Bring both hands to the floor. Other side. So walk your knees over towards the left. Drop your right bum down. Walk your feet a little bit closer to your bum and then swoop your left hand between your two ankles and hop your right hand closer in. Pause there, or hold on to your left knee for support, or reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, drop your head down to look towards your, what is that, your feet. Breathing, lengthening, getting longer through that right side, leaning into your belly. I'm even like lifting my heart to bring my weight more forward. Nice. Drop your hand. Come lie on your back, all the way down. Mermaid was something like that. Let's go find mermaid. How should I do mermaid? So reach your arms wide. Let them rest on the floor. Bring your hips and your feet hip distance apart. Well, your hips are hip distance apart. So drop your knees from side to side. So as you drop your knees from side to side, just really let your belly soften. How does this roll through your belly? Slowing your breath down, meet the deep of you as you rock from one side to the other side. Nice. Come into gliders. So drop your knees to the left and then glide your right knee up in the direction of your left shoulder. All the way back. And then the other side. Left knee up towards the right shoulder. And then all the way back. Nice. So just one glider. So reach both arms up towards the ceiling. You can have your weights, okay? And then draw your right knee up towards your right elbow and then lengthen your right leg long so it floats just above the floor. Bend your right knee, draw it up, and then lengthen it long. Bend your right knee, draw it up, and then lengthen it long. Nice. Other side, left knee, draw it up, tap your elbow, lengthen it long. Left knee, tap, long. Nice. One more time. Left knee, tap, long. Cool. Both feet to the floor. From here, bring your right knee to your right elbow and then hold that in place. Lift your left foot off the floor and either keep your left knee bent and let your left foot travel to touch, elbow to knee, toes touch, or you're straightening your leg and bringing your knee to touch. So decide what you feel is comfortable for you with that left leg. Stabilizing. Nice. One more time. Pause. Lengthening into that left leg or letting your toes touch. Change. Draw your left knee up, touch it. And either keep your right knee bent as you touch your knee, touch the floor, or you lengthen out into the right leg. Touch. 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 And then pause. Super awesome. Bring both feet to the floor and just pause. Bring your hands to your belly. You can drop your knees wide. You can have your feet flat. You can have your legs straight. See what's right for you. And just pause. Pause. Slow things down. Bring your awareness in. How wonderful. So stay there if you can. It's always wonderful to pause or rest or take a moment longer when you're finishing your yoga. Nice. So I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Very wonderful. Ciao, ciao. Slán.